What's going on, you guys? It is Corbin Stuckey of Pixel Talk here, and as promised, I'm giving you my spoiler review of Black Panther. This movie came out Thursday. I know typically when I do a spoiler review, I usually do it around like Sunday or Monday. I wanted to wait a little bit because this movie is being treated like the second coming of Christ. So I wanted to just basically wait a little bit, have everyone digest the movie, however many times they saw it, and then think about it, and then go into the spoiler review having 100% opinion about this movie. And, yeah, let's get started. So like I said, if you haven't seen the movie, this is a spoiler review. I have a non-spoiler review on my channel. Go check that out if you haven't seen the movie yet. And stay after the end of this video because I'm going to announce who won this Funko Pop right here. I'm very excited. Let me know if you want me to do more prize things like this for every week for when I review a film. I think you guys really like the prizes, so yeah, it's really fun just to give, you know? Alright, so what did I think of Black Panther, going in depth? I really liked it. Like I said in my review, I really liked the movie because this is a film that was not really reliant on being a Marvel film, and I think I understand why. You have a film like Avengers Infinity War coming out in May, that's like 3 months after this film, and you're going to have all those characters in that film, and I think what they really wanted to do here is they wanted to really focus on Black Panther and not bring anyone else into the mix. Like I know with Thor, he had Hulk, with Spider-Man, he had Iron Man. They really wanted to just kind of focus on this character, and I really appreciated that because Black Panther is the first African-American superhero. I don't think a lot of people know that, and to put another superhero in this film that could possibly outshine this character would somewhat be kind of disrespectful, and I really appreciated how they just kind of treated this as like a Black Panther film. It's not necessarily, it is an MCU film. Like there are MCU references in this, but it is mainly a Black Panther film that's focused on the culture and the background of this character and just the Wakanda environment, which I really enjoyed. Speaking of which, I loved Wakanda in the city. I really enjoyed just exploring the city and looking at it from a technological point of view and just an African point of view. My favorite scene in the movie is where he is challenging the other tribes and he has to maintain his stature as king. I loved those scenes because basically it's taking away his Black Panther powers and he has to fight as a man. I really enjoyed that. Those are my favorite portions of the movie, and I was so invested in those scenes. And I loved how there was a heavy amount of focus on those scenes. It didn't feel like those scenes were being rushed. It felt like you were there at the moment and there was stuff going on. You were invested. You wondered if he was going to be able to win. He didn't have his powers and he was still able to maintain his stature as king. I really enjoyed those scenes a lot. There's a lot of people out there saying online that there aren't any Black Panthers in this movie. I think those are just trolls. There's definitely Black Panthers in this movie, guys. The vision scene where he goes to visit his father in heaven or the afterlife or whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed that too. I thought that was a really cool visual scene. I like how Marvel is doing more psychedelic scenes and just things that are visually pleasing. And I love that portion of the film where he misses his father and he's down on the ground and his father is stand up, a king stands. I really enjoyed that portion of the film a lot. I thought that was really cool. This film also has a great amount of female characters. I loved the sister in this. I thought that she was just so funny and enjoyable. And I am in all support of her being in maybe a female Avengers team in the future, or just being the next Black Panther. I love Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther right now, but if something happens to where his contract runs out or, I would be in all support of her being the next Black Panther, a female Black Panther, because that does happen in the comics. That happened around I think 2008 or 2009, I believe, and that was just a really cool thing. And knowing that we already have a foundation for this character, who is just a joy to be around, I'm in all support for her being in future films. She's definitely not a Rose from Star Wars. And if they want to make her Black Panther in the far future, maybe not right now because I love Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, I'm all for that. I also really enjoyed the love interest. I thought at first when I saw it, when he's going down and saving all the prisoners from those jeeps, I thought it was going to be really hard to convey that these people have a history, Black Panther and this woman, because that can really hinder a film sometimes, like I was saying in my non-spoiler review, where you have characters that have a history and you haven't seen that history before and there's no flashbacks and you kind of just see them interacting. The interaction really works for this. It's very believable, and I just felt like these were characters that had a past. I had a full understanding of what their past was like through their interactions and maybe the people that they were before all this was happening. I really enjoyed that, and that did not hinder the film whatsoever. And yeah, they did a really good job. I was very surprised because at first I was like, this is probably not going to work, and it totally did work. I also really loved the villain. I loved Eric Killmonger in this. I was honestly a little skeptical about having Michael B. Jordan in this because, number one, Fantastic Four, and not just because of that, because this director has worked with Michael B. Jordan in the past, and I thought this was just going to be another situation where you bring Michael B. Jordan into a movie because you've worked with him in the past, and he's just there because you know him. But he actually does a really good job in this film. I really loved where this character was coming from. I loved how he was basically going into Wakanda, and he's like, you have all these resources, T'Challa, and you are not, like, you know, sharing them with the world. Like, what are you doing? I love the message that this film was trying to convey, and it really has something to say. It's not just trying to be like another action Marvel film. And I just really enjoyed that kind of message in this film. I really thought that was really cool and different for a Marvel film, and something that I just never thought that Marvel would really touch upon, like real world problems. I thought that was really cool. However, what I really didn't enjoy about the villain, and this isn't necessarily about the character himself, this isn't even just about Killmonger, it's also about like Klaw in this film, is that the characters are killed off. Like every other Marvel supervillain character, they're killed off in this film. I don't know why that's the thing in all these Marvel films, because especially with a character like this, you have so much potential in future films to include this character and his background and his just opinions on the world, and now they're just basically like throwing him away. I thought we were past this point. We have the Vulture from Spider-Man, who is not dead but is in jail, but there's like, you know, stuff that you could use with that character, like Sinister Six, and you have this really awesome character and you killed him off. I don't know why Marvel keeps on doing this. Like, you lost so much potential for the future. And Klaw, like I said, I was kind of indifferent about Klaw. I liked him sometimes in the film and sometimes I didn't. He lost me when he started singing Baby Don't Hurt Me No More in the interrogation scene. I was just like, what are you doing, Andy Serkis? And if you think about it, his character is really only there because he tells Ross about Wakanda. That's it. And after that purpose is done, they kill him off. Killmonger kills him off in the film, and also makes you wonder why he didn't just do that, like, before all this. He could have just killed him in the beginning and brought him to Wakanda, and he would be immediately there. I'm not entirely sure about that. If you guys have an opinion on that, comment down below. That's just my thoughts on that. And also, after the point where Killmonger supposedly kills T'Challa, the film kind of like gets rushed a little bit. It gets to a point where it goes from scene to scene to scene to tell its story. And I really wish that the film would have taken its time for us as an audience, for us to get to know Killmonger as a king. There are some scenes where we see him as a king, like him choking the lady and having meetings with like the tribe and everything. But there's really, if you think about it, not a whole lot that showcases how he is running this country. He only runs it for like maybe a couple days, really. And I really would have liked just seeing that side of the story where we see how he's treating the people of Wakanda. And we never really see that in this film. And that was one of the major disappointments. And I think in the second half of the film, I think it's really focused on getting to the point where T'Challa is back and they've revived him. So that was just kind of something that I didn't necessarily care for, was the second half's pacing. I really liked how this film was also about dealing with your ancestry, and just the idea of dealing with your family members' past mistakes comes back to you. I really liked how that was just like a story that was in place where we see T'Challa and he learns that his father killed his uncle, and now that's the reason why his cousin is like, you know, the way he is, and basically wanting to distribute vibranium as a weapon and just kind of, you know, do bad things. I like how people are like really defending Killmonger, but at the same time, it's like he also killed his girlfriend in this film, and he's really just trying to distribute weapons. Like, I really think that people are forgetting that. Like, seriously, guys. And I really just like that. I really like that storyline and how he decides to be different from his past family members and distribute vibranium and the Wakandan resource. God, Chloe. Baby, this is making like so much noise. Like, seriously. Like, I have to hold you. And I liked how he decides to do something different and distributes vibranium throughout the world to make the world a better place. I really like that ending of the film. Oh god, there's another cat now. Just go play with the other cat. And I just really like that ending of the film where it showcases that I am moving from this house. And I really just like how the film ends, where it's like they try to make a station in America, and they try to distribute throughout like the world. I really like that portion of the movie. So yes, guys, those are my thoughts on Black Panther, spoiler-wise, and here is who won this Black Panther Funko Pop. What I basically did was I closed my eyes and I just kind of scrolled up and down until like somebody popped up, and the winner is Evolution. You won this Black Panther Funko Pop. So what you need to do now is you need to go on my Facebook page and you need to message me your shipping address, and I'll try to get that done within either this week or next week. I'm going to be out of town. I got to go to Tampa to see my family for a little bit. We're going to be going to Supercross. So if it's not done before then, it's probably going to be afterwards, but I'll definitely try to get this shipped to you as soon as possible. Comment down below what you thought of Black Panther, like the video, share it, and please subscribe to Pixel Talk if you haven't yet for more movie reviews, trailer reactions, and gaming content. Thank you guys so much. I am Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk. That's when you guys are quiet? Like, when like, I'm done with the review, you're not jingling anymore? Are you serious?